Now the news in full. Vice President Kashim Shettima revealed Nigeria is pursuing a massive $25 billion undersea gas pipeline project to supply gas to Europe. The Nigeria-Morocco gas pipeline is aimed at transporting Nigerian gas to Morocco and onward to Europe through the West African coastline. Speaking on Monday during a meeting with Vitol Group, the world's largest independent commodity trader, at the presidential villa, the vice president said Nigeria's leadership transformation under President Tinubu represents an unprecedented opportunity for international investors. A bold economic reforms positioning Nigeria as a prime investment destination examination bodies has requested a detailed report on the conduct of the 2025 West African Senior School Certificate Examination at an investigative hearing organized by the committee on Monday in Abuja. Recall last Wednesday there was widespread confusion across several examination centers as candidates sitting for the Senior School Certificate Examination faced hours-long delays before writing the English language paper late last night. Chairman of the committee, Rep. Obuku Ofoji, the PDP Bielsa, disclosed the committee had demanded explanation for the poor handling of the WAEC examination, which had caused a huge public outcry and condemnation across the country. In response, the head of West African Examination Council in Nigeria, Dr. Amos Dangote, explained the council had to engage external vendors to support the printing, which led to the leak, and some vehicles broke down in very difficult terrain during distribution. Noting a proper investigation has commenced and legal actions will be taken against anyone found wanting. And away from Nigeria, the Al-Qaeda-linked jihadist group Jama al-Nusrat ul-Islam wa al-Muslimin had claimed responsibility for two deadly attacks on Malian military bases in the last 48 hours and a recent assault in Bokesi that reportedly killed over 30 soldiers. This follows a May 24th attack in Daura, where the group claimed to have killed 40 soldiers. Since May, more than 400 soldiers have been killed in attacks across Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger. Despite military juntas in these countries promising to end jihadist violence after seizing power between 2020 and 2023, insecurity continues to grow, highlighting the struggle to contain the threats. Sudan's Prime Minister Kamil Idris has dissolved the country's caretaker's government, one day after Idris took the oath of office as the country's first prime minister since a military coup 4 years ago. In his speech, Idris urged countries supporting the RSF to cease criminal operations as tensions between the military and the breakaway group, the Rapid Support Forces, exploded into open warfare in the capital, Khartoum, and other parts of the country since 2023. He vowed to serve the nation and the Sudanese people with the utmost sincerity and dedication. Idris did not provide details to when a new government would be appointed. This is Vicinity 95.3 FM, Kejile Ijisha. Global News will continue shortly. For breaking news, for news updates and live streaming, visit our website at vicinity953fm.com.ng. Send us an email to vicinitynewsroom@gmail.com or call 0814-365-8302 for breaking news. You can also follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok at Vicinity 95.3 FM. Now the rest of the news. At least 27 Palestinians were killed and dozens injured by Israeli fire near an aid distribution site in Gaza. According to local officials, the incident, which occurred near the Al-Alam roundabout, follows a similar deadly event days earlier. Witnesses say Israeli tanks, drones, and helicopters opened fire on civilians seeking aid, while the Israeli Defense Force (IDF) claimed it fired warning shots at individuals who strayed from designated route and posed a threat. The shootouts have sparked international outrage and renewed criticism of Gaza's new aid distribution system run by the Israel and US-backed Gaza Humanitarian Foundation. Unlike previous UN-led efforts, the current model requires civilians to reach militarized aid centers guarded by armed contractors. UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres has called for an independent investigation, while Human Rights Chief Volker Turk condemned the system as dehumanizing and unsafe for desperate civilians. Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan described the latest Ukraine-Russia peace talk held at a secret location as momentous despite no major breakthroughs. The talks led to an agreement on the exchange of over 1,000 prisoners of war and numerous fallen soldiers' bodies. Erdogan expressed hope for a future summit involving President Putin, Zelensky, and Trump. The talks come after intense drone attack by both sides. Russia presented a confidential memo outlining the peace terms, which Ukraine is reviewing and plans to respond to within a week. The third round of talk is proposed for later in June. Now in its third year, the war has caused massive casualties and displacement, with peace still out of reach. Germany's Foreign Minister Annalena Baerbock has been elected President of the United Nations General Assembly, becoming the first German and fifth woman to lead the assembly in its 80-year history. She secured 167 votes in a secret ballot, far exceeding the number required in an uncontested election conducted under the regional rotation system for the Western European and other states group. In her acceptance speech, Baerbock acknowledged the difficult global climate marked by ongoing wars and heightened geopolitical tension. She emphasized the UN's historic role in overcoming global challenges and urged renewed cooperation. Her election is seen as a strong endorsement of her diplomatic work, especially in areas like climate action, human rights, and international law. Baerbock's one-year term will officially begin in September during the UN's annual high-level debate. And a bit of sports. UK government has threatened legal action against former Chelsea FC owner Roman Abramovich over £2.5 billion from the club's 2022 sale to ensure it is designated for humanitarian aid in Ukraine. The money has remained frozen in a UK bank account due to sanctions imposed on Abramovich following Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine. While Abramovich has stated he wants the funds to help victims of the war and Russians, the UK insists the money must go solely to assist Ukrainians affected by the conflict. Chancellor Rachel Reeves and Foreign Secretary David Lammy expressed frustration over the ongoing stalemate. The disagreement stems from legal disputes between Abramovich's team and the government, compounded by his alleged ties to Russian President Vladimir Putin, claims he denied. A House of Lords committee has criticized both parties for failing to resolve the issue, calling the delay a missed opportunity to aid those in urgent need. To end global news, another look at the headlines. Vice President Kashim Shettima revealed Nigeria is pursuing a massive $25 billion undersea gas pipeline project to supply gas to Europe. We told you that Sudan's Prime Minister Camille Idris has dissolved the country's caretaker government 1 day after Idris took the oath of office as the country's first Prime Minister since a military coup 4 years ago. And lastly, you heard at least 27 Palestinians were killed and dozens injured by Israeli fire near an aid distribution site in Gaza. And just before we go, the last line, Vicinity Media Limited celebrates 1 year of broadcast excellence, connecting communities around the world. That was Global News. It was edited by Oluwafunke Israel. On behalf of the production crew, I am Paul Eteng. Thanks for listening. Please stay tuned for News Nationwide at 6 o'clock. Good afternoon.